Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English, kids. This is Daily Flash. Oh, you wound up here, man.
I know.
Now in 4 states, this is considered community service. We've got a great show set up for you. To my right is, look everybody, it's James working the camera and the floor. How are you, sweet
Does
baby?
he have a camera on me? Okay,
There
just
you
make
are.
sure.
Yeah.
Word of the day.
What's the word of the day?
Jubilant.
Eaglet?
Jubilant.
Jubilant.
E-B-U-I-L-L-E-N-T.
And what does that mean?
means cheerful.
Oh, okay.
That's right. It's going to be a hot show today.
So you're going to be
Cheerful.
jubilant today.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
like these.
Very nice. To my right is my brother from another mother. It is Matt the Doolittle. What up, baby?
You know where you can be jubilant? At our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Great.
Just get the virus control on.
Now, what you're going to want to see on there is Mitch and I will start to meticulously take apart our back room, and we're going to be posting some behind-the-scenes stuff as we rebuild our back room area. Because the last time it took us a month, and we almost died a couple times. There was blood, there was sweat, and there was tears. And we will be showing that on there. And you can send us your comments at flash@dailyflashshow.com.
Is it the new hub?
It's the new hub. Yeah, it's going to be the new hang. We're going to make it a club. It's a new hookah bar.
It's going to be awesome. You're going to love it. You're going to
Can't wait.
love it. It's going to be great. Jackson, we're ready to rock and roll. You ready for this Friday?
I'm so ready for a Friday. You love a good cup of coffee.
And this woman right here gave me her old espresso thing, and every day I enjoy it, and I think of you every time I sip on it.
I love.
Just like we used to make out all that time. I used to put my tongue all in that.
I know.
Whoa.
All right,
Oh,
I'm
my.
gonna.
TMI.
Stop. No, stop it.
HR.
Okay.
We got the spray bottle on you.
I'm okay with that. I'm gonna ask the room, even the control room, if we can get a response from them. Your best cup of coffee. If you drink coffee, who has the best cup of coffee?
Okay, I think Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's does pretty good, just like plain,
Okay.
like just a coffee, like a good old black coffee.
So you're going McDonald's.
I'm gonna say McDonald's. yeah.
Anybody else?
Foxtail. I'm going to go
Foxtail.
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 I hate to
local.
corporate it out. I like a good Starbucks one. That's
Hugo
my
says
favorite.
McDonald's, and you like
Okay.
Starbucks.
I like
Matt
Starbucks.
likes a Starbucks. You guys?
I drink tea.
He drinks tea.
All
All right.
Of course, Will drinks tea.
He's
Nick.
And
refined.
then Nick,
I can't think of it. It's a spot in Savannah, and I don't have the name.
You like a spot in
Okay.
Savannah.
So
It's
he
small batch. It's like
crafty
it's
coffee
that
guy.
it's that one where the cat will crap and they gotta put it through there.
Squeeze it through a filter.
They fuse it.
Not sweetened, but just all the roast.
Oh, you bougie
Okay.
coffee
Yeah, he's
drinker.
fancy.
You bougie.
Little Nicky's like,
Control room? Did they say?
Yeah, I
Control
think
room, they
it said McDonald's.
McDonald's. All right, McDonald's control room. Yes.
Oh yeah, which I just found out Zach doesn't drink coffee. That's
That
why,
explains
folks.
it. All
That
right.
explains-
He's like that all the time without coffee.
I say, hey man, how old is this coffee this morning? Because I don't know how to drink
He
coffee.
just straight
Who are
lines
you?
NOS energy.
All right,
All right,
tell
well,
us,
control
what's
room
America say?
and Mitch, you are absolutely correct. McDonald's
McDonald's?
ranks as the best coffee in the world. Survey says McDonald's is it if you're going for a cup of coffee. And McDonald's actually says that they have their own special roast that has been put together for them, medium dark roast they call it. And they say one of the keys to their great cups of coffee every day is that they grind the beans fresh, and it's the way they brew their hot coffee, which is different. They use a different brewing method for the hot coffee than they do for the cold coffee. So if you get iced coffee from McDonald's, they call it an Irish cold brew concept. I've never heard of that before,
look
but
at the Irish.
they apparently McDonald's puts a lot more effort into their coffee than you'd ever
And
think.
their soft drinks too, you know.
And well, the Coca-Cola at McDonald's is
Right, it's different.
lights out.
And Sprites. Those Sprites
And
are.
Are there Sprites
Look
good?
at, yeah, Sprites are different
I thought it was
flavor.
just Grimace spitting in it.
Yeah, probably.
Wow.
Probably.
Licking a wall. And then
Yeah.
He's licking a wall and spitting
Of
in
course,
it.
Hamburglar likes his with little cream and sugar.
You know, well, they have a special combination for the drinks and everything because it's all psychological. They know it. If you get a Dr. Pepper at Taco Bell, it tastes different than everybody else. To me, it's too
Really?
syrupy.
Okay.
You know, I haven't drank Dr. Pepper.
does your wife
for
know
some
about
time.
this?
No, shut up. And but I quit. But when I was drinking, well, Mitch had a drink. No, we're talking about Dr. Pepper. They go store by store to make sure that it tastes specific to it, just like you had mentioned.
A couple notes on
coffee,
that.
believe
They
that.
just came out with a study that said if you want to get rid of a migraine, the best thing to do is eat McDonald's hash browns or fries and a Coca-Cola from McDonald's.
And they said the caffeine and the absorption of, because I saw the same thing.
Yeah, the
it
salt
all
and the
works
fat.
together, and it's supposed to,
Flush you out.
Any excuse to drink Coke and eat fries, I'm in.
I agree 100%. And good fries too.
Yeah, no kidding. One other thing about their coffee, they work with a company called Gavinia. Have you ever heard of Gavinia
Yes.
Coffee? You've heard of Gavinia.
Yeah.
They have a training program specifically for McDonald's employees to
believe-
make
Really?
them expert roasters and coffee baristas.
But they can't fix their damn ice cream machine.
No,
no,
not
they
at all.
can't. The
AI
milkshake
won't
machine
handle all that.
completely
Don't
out.
ask for too much now.
That is true.
This is true.
So there you have it. McDonald's, best cup of coffee in the world.
And by the way, when you drink coffee, you have to have a weird face when you,
You
put
have
it
to
up
look
your
like-
mouth.
And you have
This
to
is-
hold. Why do you have to hold your mug at
I
like a
don't know.
90-degree
I don't know.
angle?
And you have to
Matt,
look
I
I've
like
been
don't know.
trained that
Robert
way, I
De
guess.
Niro.
You turn into Robert De Niro. I used to
you
know
turn
that joke.
into Robert De
When you
Niro.
drink coffee, you turn into Robert De
Well,
Niro.
and you have to have your elbow up and hand out.
Watch
and
it. Can we do the three?
There we go.
Yeah. I mean, we can do three real quick, guys. Zach, you talking to me?
It's the Robert De
You
Niro
think they're
coffee
talking?
face. And the pinky out. That's
And the
a
pinky,
nice
I think
touch.
that's a new one for me.
Yes,
All
I
right,
like
let's
it.
jump into some trending
Okay,
news
let's
stories
do it.
here. We go a massive, you guys hear about this, is unbelievable.
Crazy.
Massive Mexican Navy ship. It was leaving New York. It crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge
Mm-hmm.
right after the crew said this thing lost power. The video has actually showed a deadly collision, and it happened as the giant mast came tumbling down when they hit the actual bridge. You can see in the video there, crew members hanging on for dear life from the top sails. 2 cadets were killed. 20 others were transported to nearby hospitals. Vessel, it was built in Spain back in 1982. Sole purpose, training cadets. The New York stop was just the third on the vessel's 8-month voyage around the globe, which offers the Mexican cadets the opportunity to work on their sailing skills. They also wind up in places like Jamaica, Iceland, and Portugal, and as they went through, obviously these kind of problems happened as well. And there were people up on those masts. Matt, you, and not joking around, but you did this sailing trip just as recently. It's harder than you think,
It's
right?
it's very much involved, but with this particular incident, apparently they lost power, and that's why they couldn't control it. And they've been doing this for about 70 years, is this type of training exercise in New York. So it's not like something they weren't prepared for, but it just lost control. It's another one of these things where there was nothing they could do about it. And when you lose that type of power on a ship that big, especially with the little bit of sailing now that I know, the boat just does what it wants to do.
We had to defer to you because you're the only one really with sailing experience.
I know I am a
But isn't
sailing
that
expert.
weird? Because Baltimore, the same.
Yeah, the Maryland, they lost
remember
power
that?
and crashed into the bridge. They also said that the currents in the East River approaching the bridge are so strong that even if they tried to drop anchor or tried to steer it away from the bridge, it makes it next to impossible because if you don't catch it in time, it's just the force of nature within the current in that makes it next to impossible to actually stop the ship. So unfortunately, this happened. And they were also in New York City for the Tall Ship Brigade, which will happen for our 250th country's birthday. And that was part of, they're supposed to be back for this. So I'm guessing they'll repair the ship and they'll be back for it.
We had a party for Matt's birthday one time, and we had the Tall Ship Brigade. We
Did you?
rented them out. They were a great performance. They were
In the
wonderful.
Navy.
Beautiful gentlemen, by all means.
Really, a barbershop quartet called the Tall,
Tall
Ships
Ships
Brigade. Wild footage has been captured of the moment a humanoid robot snaps at its handlers. This is crazy. In the clip, the bot is seen dangling from a construction crane on the factory floor right near 2 men. Now, they appear to be testing the droid's capabilities. The two are chatting away when all of a sudden the Autobot goes berserk and starts waving its arms and legs.
Look at that. Look, guys.
Isn't that
Wow.
crazy? During the robot's meltdown, it falls to the floor. The clip ends with one of the men dragging the machine back to its base.
Were these the droids that we were looking for?
No.
No, they weren't. Okay. All right.
This is iRobot coming to life, folks.
You're 100% right. And it does show you, we're not there with AI as of yet and robots and all these robots. And apparently, all it takes is just a line of code, and it was probably just trying to figure it out. But look at the violent swings this thing has, right?
Yeah, I think somebody could have been hurt by that
Big
thing.
time.
Oh, yeah.
So you forget, and that's what we're all afraid of, is that the robots are going to go out of
Yeah.
control. Even, they might be doing all these good, but they're still just like humans. They're unpredictable still. We think that they're very predictable because what they're programmed to do, like a blockchain kind of thought process, but things like that could happen. So I think we're okay for a little while.
A little while.
Just a little bit longer.
With a small window.
I think, and I think we get used to that, and then we see this, and it reminds us that what they can do because they do so what we feel is good.
We have become too comfortable with AI too quickly, and this is what
That's
it's
the
going to
point,
lead
right,
to.
yeah.
You got to think about it. About a year and a half ago is when AI started to get integrated into our daily lives, or at least that we knew about. and now we're just throwing it at everything, and we don't know what exactly its capabilities are.
This is what a lot of people say. This is actually from the Real Doll Factory. Yeah.
That's what it's. That's what, you know what? When something happens to a guy on a real doll, that's when we'll start paying attention.
This is actually when it realizes and he finds out that you're married.
Yeah, that's right.
Somebody press that button.
When Elon Musk comes out and says, hey, we need to be really afraid of AI, and he's the one who basically started the whole program, that is an issue. And especially now that they've said AI has a certain left-leaning approach to it, it doesn't filter itself. We're back right after this.
KSA Entertainment is proud to offer programming to the men and women of our military and their families, serving all over the world on AFN, American Forces Network, seen worldwide.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Rachel Ray fans are worried about her health. The 56-year-old celebrity chef slurred her words in another cooking video she recently shared on Instagram. So check this out. She looks almost unrecognizable here. Ray stood over a stove, recalled how she was very, very poor while living in New York as a young woman. In the comment section, fans expressed concern for Ray's well-being. Rachel raised eyebrows late last year when she slurred her speech in a previous cooking video. In the clip from her Rachel Ray in Tuscany series, she was making a favorite dish from the late crooner Tony Bennett, and she recalled a time when Bennett came over for dinner and slipped on her kitchen floor.
You know, it's sad, you know, if you're a celebrity, especially women too, when they gain weight and they think something's wrong. When, you know, everybody and most people deal with this, but she's in front of the camera. Yeah. She's also a chef and she makes really good food.
Yes.
So you can see how that it's kind of unfair, but I could see concern as well.
Do you ever trust a skinny chef?
No, not at all. You never want to. I agree with that 100%. All right, moving forward, the new Pope's hometown of Chicago, celebrating, how else? With food. Portillo's restaurant, known for its beloved hot dogs and sandwiches, has actually renamed one of their menu items in honor of the first ever American Pope. The Italian beef sandwich is now called the Leo. The sandwich isn't actually a new menu item, but a fan favorite. It's got a new name. It's served up with a splash of their famous secret sauce. Pope Leo XIV was born in Chicago in 1955. It doesn't come with wine or crackers, but at least you got yourself a sandwich altogether.
I'm guessing when they bring the sandwich out, do they splash it with one of these? Is that how they splash
set
the
it down.
sandwich? Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
Exactly. Hey, if you imagine Chicago has got to be beaming with pride knowing that the first American Pope's from their own town, so I can see this.
Here's a big question. If the Chicago White Sox, which he is a fan of, ever make it to the World Series, is Pope Leo coming over for the World Series game? He better. He better,
100%. I would hope that he would stay true to his roots.
Yeah.
Let's cross our fingers and make that happen. I doubt if it will. But
and back to Portillo's quickly. I've never been, but I understand they have this chocolate cake milkshake, which is
oh my gosh, that sounds good. Yeah, I've heard of I've heard of people putting pies into milkshakes and stuff, but a cake would that sounds delicious.
Okay, Vegas is done with Katy Perry. Have you heard about this? Oh boy, insiders say her 3-year residency at Resorts World was a total failure. The pop star failed to attract crowds after she disappeared from the charts, and ticket sales suffered following her trip to space. Even her new album 143 vaporized after just a couple of weeks on the charts. Perry was getting paid, get this, between $750,000 and $900,000 a show during her entire run. Her net worth is believed to be around $400 million. She really doesn't need the show.
No.
The resort said she underperformed and they lost a lot of money on the deal. Initially, there was a bidding war for Perry's show between Resorts World and Caesar's Palace. I think you could say Caesar's really won in the long run.
That's a good call on that. I think the overexposure, I think when she was on American Idol, and I think we kind of saw more of her, and then the whole space thing I think just put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth because of it was just too much, and then the whole the bringing the little thing flying up in space and that sort of thing, and then calling yourself an astronaut. I think that really people were like, you know what, we're done.
Right, and she was very indignant about the whole thing.
Yeah, that's a good word.
So I think if she just said, you know what, you're right. It was a great moment. We did a trip. It was fun. We're back on Earth. Moving on.
Kind of like what everybody else did. She's the only one that really kind of went crazy about it and opened the door that wasn't supposed to open the door.
Yes.
That's another conspiracy, though. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Forward.
Did they really go up?
That's what we need to know. All right, if you're trying to follow the Sean Diddy or didn't he Combs trial, well, one outlet has actually taken and given us a solution. Take a look.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Combs.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Have you heard the questions I asked the government attorney and your counsel and their answers?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Interesting stuff there. I think, we're all in dire need of stuff since cameras are not allowed in federal trials, and Law and Crime actually is releasing now an AI version of the recreations. Each segment is going to feature in exact words delivered by key witnesses, investigators, and even the legal experts. Company says that it's using the AI tools to bring the court proceedings to life based off the official daily transcripts, which I would hope that they're getting from the daily ones.
Exactly.
If you don't know, go ahead and lift that rock that you've been living under. That Combs is on trial for charges including sex trafficking, racketeering, also tied to a criminal enterprise.
What?
Yes, believe it or not, he faces a minimum of 15 years of prison if he is convicted. So we will see if this actually will change the future of how we get these situations, like video of what's going on. No more of the bad artistry. There was
the
one.
courtroom sketches are
courtroom
pretty
sketches,
impressive.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But there was one, I don't know if you see it, you could probably Google it. It made Diddy look like, I think I could have drawn better than this, but it was a sketch.
The Tom Brady one was the most famous.
Yes.
Like,
Remember
how
that?
you could possibly make Tom Brady look bad, but this court sketch artist did. It was insane. Yeah.
You look like Gary Busey.
After a really bad
That's a-
weekend.
yeah.
Sketch artist off of
Yes.
Temu.
Oh my goodness.
All right, moving on.
Okay, an employee in the UK who was compared to a famous villain just won her lawsuit in court. Laura Rook worked at a government blood donation service back in 2021, and she was asked to take a Star Wars-themed psychological test as part of a team-building exercise. The results compared each employee to a Star Wars character. Well, she skipped out on the quiz to take a phone call, but when she returned, she discovered that a colleague took the quiz on her behalf and told her she was a Darth Vader. Vader, though, was described as a very focused individual in the quiz, but she says coworkers used it against her. The judge ultimately believed the comparison affected how her coworkers perceived her, but rejected her claim that it was the reason why she quit. She was awarded, get this, $40,000 in compensation.
It's just for these tests, which are not scientific. It's scary that
Guaranteed she's taken one of those.
children. Yes, he did. You're right.
Yeah.
The younglings.
I'm guessing she took one of these or several of them on Facebook.
Which is very highly scientific.
Yes, of course.
Bladder blood is in good hands. More flash after this.
Something funny is going on, and it's happening every morning on Broadway and Friends on great radio stations all across the U.S. of A. Broadway, T-Wall, Mitch Pancake English, and Sweet Becca. Broadway and Friends, 4 mics, 0 filters, and more opinions than your Aunt Cheryl's Facebook feed. Broadway and Friends. Want to join the madness? Hit up BroadwayandFriends.com.
Spell out the word and
jump into the deep end, blasting for the back roads to the big leagues. Broadway and Friends. The most fun you can have with your radio on.
Hey now, welcome to Preview Review, where we speak geek while giving you a little preview of stuff coming up. Well, gents, kids, and all of the above, we got a proper trailer for James Gunn's vision of Superman.
Ooh.
Check it out.
Are you being serious right now?
yeah,
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for what some
it's
might.
a lot of
It's
fire,
a lot.
Well, this comes out July 11th. It's directed by James Gunn, who we knew did the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. He's done Peacemaker. David Corenswet. Cornsweat? Is that how you
Yes,
say
I
it?
think
Is
so.
Cornsweat? As
Sure.
Clark Kent / Superman. I mean, we didn't know who he was except for in Twisters, but now he's going to be Superman. Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. We all know him from the X-Men series. We got Hawkgirl, Guy Gardner, who's going to be Green Lantern, Mystic Tariff Engineer. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in this, and one of the biggest hiccups in what everybody's thinking is, how is James Gunn going to put this all together? I bring it back to you. He did Guardians of the Galaxy, which nobody was really familiar with, took all of these stars and made it awesome with a great soundtrack. Now, this is probably going to be the best Superman since Christopher Reeve, I think. And his son, Will Reeve, is in it as a reporter, so he gives it back to that. I was not a fan of Henry Cavill as Superman.
Oh,
What do you guys say?
Oh,
I
I
did not
liked
like
him.
him.
I liked it.
Yeah, I
what
did too.
was it you didn't like about it?
I would like to give him a paper bag and see if he could act his way out of it because
Oh, I liked him. I thought he was good.
I was not a fan of it. I'm liking where James Gunn is going because what James Gunn does when he's done a lot of these things, and even with Peacemaker, no one knew what Peacemaker was or any of those. He makes the characters feel genuine, like they live in the real world. And this trailer came out, I gotta say, I watched it probably 40 or 50 times, just going through it like one of those nerds do. I am so excited for this, and I can't wait for it to come out.
All right. Well, I know now why you never call me back, Matt.
I
Because you're
just
watching
don't-
movies.
Very busy, very busy.
Why do we need another one of these? I don't get it. I just don't understand. Like, didn't we just have a Superman movie? I'm over it.
We had a Superman, but it
care.
was on the other side. It was all the dark stuff, and
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
It was a Snyder cut, and this one just feels like it's going to be more fun. James doesn't agree. Sweet baby, what do you?
Hey man, I'm telling you right now, this one sucks already.
Oh,
I
come
don't even wanna see
on.
it. I don't want to see it. I'm tired of DC messing up all my superheroes.
This is true.
Just
This is
left-
true. But I
left it
trust-
as usual. They had great people playing great characters.
I trust
Now he
James
messes
Gunn.
up again.
I trust James Gunn.
I don't trust
That's
him.
one
He
thing.
did wrong.
And another thing, I have to show this, guys. Nicolas Cage is
Nicolas
playing
Cage.
John Madden.
John Madden, huh?
Here's Nick Cage as John Madden. Christian Bale is Al Davis, the owner of the Raiders, and it's the telling of Madden, as him being retired as the Raiders and creating the epic Madden game. David O. Russell is directing it. He obviously directed American Hustle, The Fighter, Silver Linings Playbook. So he's worked with Christian Bale a lot
There
and
he
all
is.
that. John Mulaney's in it. Let's see how that goes.
That's your comic relief.
Yeah.
Sienna Miller, it's going to be on Amazon. It's Amazon MGM produced, and it's going to be out in 2026.
Okay.
But come on, look at Nicolas Cage. Come on.
Two things. Nicolas Cage needs to gain like 300 pounds.
Yes.
And Christian Bale needs to lose all his hair. I'm
That's
just
true,
saying.
because Al Davis
Davis
looks
is
like a
bald.
vampire.
You know, which is interesting. You're talking about Superman. Nicolas Cage was about to
Yes.
be
That's
Superman.
right.
and they made the reference to it in the multiverse stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
they did. I think this is interesting. John Madden, I don't think it's enough credit. I think we normally think of the video game, but what he did for the game itself.
Incredible.
And you know, I knew him up until like I got a little bit older as the guy that always busts through the wall on the beer commercials.
and the turducken.
And the turducken.
Turducken,
yes.
because what you do is you take a turkey or you stick a duck in it, you take a chicken and a duck in it.
They still do it all the time.
But you're right. He did a lot for the game, and he actually taught classes. I want to say it was in California, maybe at one of the state schools there. San Francisco State, was it? Or anyway,
Probably,
but he taught football to women and men who wanted to learn
That's
about the
awesome.
game. Yeah.
Because he was a professor
Yes.
of the sport.
He loved the game so much.
And-
He wanted people to learn.
We talk about, and the franchise again. I go back to EA Sports with the Madden, and when you think electronic games of pretty much of any sport, you think Madden.
It's
Madden
the
is
greatest
such a-
video game
yeah.
ever made.
Yes.
I used to wait in
I agree.
line in the morning for that thing to come out.
Is
Like,
there really such thing as the Madden curse?
Yes, it's held
yes,
true.
If you go through it,
It is
yes.
true, yes.
Every single
Yeah.
player, and Michael Vick
The only
went to
thing
jail.
that was different is that then they put him on the cover after he had died. Or,
Yeah, after, yeah.
Because he probably said, "Wait,
No.
wait
No,
until
I
you
died.
die."
Leave me off, guys. Leave me off.
Let's go play some Madden. You want to?
Frank Caliendo should have played him, but
Frank,
you know.
yeah, oh my God, that would have been awesome because he does a great one. Hey, we got more Flash. Thank you there, Maddie. Again, you can go to our website and see more of Matt's preview review. The website?
DailyFlashShow.com.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, today's trends, tomorrow's talk. We want to thank you so much for being here. And we've got Matt Doolittle with a very
Matty.
special friend in focus.
Guys, Daily Flash is seen all over the world, from streamers to all of our friends that watch us online, the American Forces Network, and of course our 219 great affiliates all over the country. And one of them today we are featuring is KBPX in Houston, Texas, the fourth largest city in the country. And I can tell you at this point, having been there a lot for work trips and such, it takes 40 minutes to get anywhere in Texas. Even if it's across the street to go to CVS, it will take you 40 minutes.
Wow.
So to all our friends in Houston, enjoy the traffic.
All right. Enjoy the traffic.
Yeah.
Very
Enjoy.
nice.
All right, very
Love
good.
the
All
Houston.
right.
We are going to go to a northeastern university. What part of the country is that? Do you know?
I don't know, man. It's just
Can you
somewhere
Google that?
northeast,
Kind of
I
the
think.
north.
Northeastern
East,
University.
Up yonder?
There's a student there that says, "I want my money back. I want my money back."
I
Okay?
don't blame 'em.
All right. So she goes in and she
Is it
comes
with
to find
J.G.
out.
Wentworth?
Say again?
J.G.
J.G. Wentworth. Yes. I want my money
now.
Alrighty. So she says, I want my money back because she went in and she found out that the professor was using AI for the tests. She's like, oh my gosh, how can you do AI?
Isn't that cheating on the professor's part?
Okay, I actually think it's a good idea.
I don't think you got the joke.
Okay, so Northeastern is in Boston. Okay, so it's in Boston. Okay, so which is what part of the country? Do we know?
Northeast,
somewhere up there.
Northeast.
It's cold right now.
I don't think that's true.
You don't.
Anyway, so she goes. She
New
found
England.
New England area. Okay, so she found out the teacher was using AI to write a test. Okay. What's the difference between using a textbook? I mean, he didn't write the textbook. Why couldn't he use an AI to write a test, right?
Okay, all right, okay.
Okay, but this professor strictly forbids any kind of AI use in his classroom.
But he's using
But
AI.
he used it to make up a test. But he said his students couldn't do it.
Oh no, no. She deserves her money back, every single penny.
Well, Northeastern said, well, too bad.
That's right.
So she only was trying to sue her for like $8,000, right? And they said, no, absolutely not. We're not paying this whatsoever. You get an education. You get to say that you passed this class. But there was a little bit of hypocrisy going on. If the professor says you can't use AI, and then he wound up using it to put the test together.
It's this whole attitude in this like educational elite, which is rules for thee, but not for me.
Do as I do.
It drives me nuts. On top of it, we touched on this a little bit in the first part of the show, but they just came out with a study that said when you look at the AI responses, obviously it's been culled from a number of different sources.
Yep.
Everything that's been put into the computer, it reads, it picks up, it regenerates, but it has a specific political bent to it, more so than anything else. So when you learn that things have been filtered through that kind of a lens, how does a test that's created by AI offer a legitimate educational experience?
I guess, which we could take a whole show delivering on this,
yes.
because of the fact that, you don't know where that information came from, as you said. And you can set the parameters up saying, hey, I need you to look everywhere or whatever.
Yeah.
But AI, until you tell it to do it, it's not going to do it.
Yes.
And I can understand that. And I can also see we're putting too much trust into AI. And all it takes is one. We're not talking about creation. We're talking about just getting facts together.
Yes.
It's kind of like Google. If you went with the first Google response on everything.
Don't even get me started on Google. You got to go 10 pages deep to find what you're looking for, which drives me nuts. It's true though. Have you tried to search something on Google?
Yeah, he just tried to find out where Northeastern
was.
And then by the time you get there, you find some dirty stuff that you didn't know you needed to know.
This is true.
Oh, wow.
Yes, very, very, very much true. So when you look at these kinds of things, you got to definitely figure out, well, the critical thinking element in education, I think, is a huge miss for so many students.
Good stuff. What do you think? We want to know. Go to our website, Sound Off. There's a button there. We'll have more flash after this.
KSA Entertainment is dedicated to uplifting the communities we serve. Through KSA Cares, we're bringing awareness to the causes that matter most, supporting those who work tirelessly to make a difference. From honoring veterans to championing environmental responsibility, KSA Cares is committed to inspiring positive change. At KSA Entertainment, we're here for the stories that bring us closer. Innovate with us.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. It's a disease many pet owners have actually heard of, but maybe they don't fully understand. New data shows parvovirus is on the rise in several U.S. states, but there's a way you can protect your pets. Here's more.
A highly contagious and often fatal virus is putting puppies at risk. Veterinarian Dr. Chris George has more on what every pet owner should know.
Parvovirus is one of the most common, highly contagious, and potentially fatal viruses that we see in our canine or dog patients. Now, it's a gastrointestinal virus or GI virus. Common symptoms we see associated with that are things like vomiting, loss of appetite, diarrhea, or lethargy, which is just generally acting sick or ill.
Parvo has a 91% mortality rate without supportive care. Early prevention and awareness of warning signs are crucial.
Elanco now has come out with a canine parvovirus monoclonal antibody treatment, or CPMA for short. This is the first and only USDA conditionally approved targeted treatment for canine parvovirus. So this therapy can help these puppies feel better faster and get home quicker.
More than 330,000 puppies are affected each year. For tips on prevention and treatment options, visit stopparvo.com.
Did you know that using SPF 15 or higher every day can reduce the risk of skin cancer by about 50%? Here's dermatologist Dr. Camille Howard-Verovic with more.
Hi, thanks for having me. We see that sunscreen is often a last-minute thought, with 75% of SPF purchases being made for that day based on the weather or a specific event, according to CVS Consumer Insights. However, sunburns can happen when you least expect them. UV rays are always present, even when inside or on a cold, rainy, or cloudy day, and can reflect off of snow, water, and concrete, resulting in increased sun exposure. In fact, according to the Skin Cancer Foundation, 80% of UV rays can penetrate through the clouds. Additionally, some medications, including certain antibiotics and retinoids, can heighten your sensitivity to the sun, increasing the chances of burning. With that said, daily application of sunscreen is one of the most effective ways to lower your risk of skin cancer, especially in areas we often forget, like the scalp, ears, feet, and eyelids, also according to the Skin Cancer Foundation. The good news is CVS Pharmacy is right in your community and is making it easy to find SPF solutions that are right for you, with a curated selection of head-to-toe sun care essentials that fit into any daily routine. One of my favorites is CVS Health's Mineral SPF 50 sunscreen, which is a dermatologist-tested formula and great for acne-prone and sensitive skin. I also love the Sun Bum Face and Body Stick with SPF 40, which is perfect for on-the-go protection, especially for those unexpected sunburn areas, like the tip of the ears. Finally, Vacation's Classic Whip SPF 30 has a lighter-than-air texture and an award-winning scent that makes applying sunscreen so much fun. You can visit cvs.com/suncare to learn more about SPF use and explore the full range of CVS Pharmacy sun care products. Plus, be sure to sign up for CVS's Extra Care program to save while shopping SPF.
We want to share that the KSA family has lost a colleague, but most of all, a friend. Laura Doolittle was an individual who wore many hats in her life: a devoted wife, a loving mother to 3 children, a devoted Christian, and a proud grandmother. She was an established author and brand ambassador in the media for over 3 decades. 3 years ago, Laura decided to pursue something close to her heart and pay it forward by assisting homeless and abused families facing financial hardships. Laura started the nonprofit organization named the Angel Clothing Foundation in her hometown of Olathe, Kansas. The goal of the ACF was to make sure everyone who enters the doors feels valued and cared for. In life, Laura took the greatest pride in making the positive differences in the lives of others. She will definitely be missed, and our thoughts and prayers will be out to her family. If you'd like to donate to the Angel Clothing Foundation or start a foundation in your state, you can contact angelclothingfoundation.com. Thank you, Laura.
Welcome back, everybody, to Daily Flash. I'm Andrea Jackson, along with Mitch English and Matt Doolittle. Today, we are unveiling our brand new segment, So Viral. Our producers have scoured the net, found 3 popular videos, but only one is viral with 1 million likes or more.
Okay, so at home, they could play along too, because we've never seen these videos. So we're actually guessing along with you at home with these 3 videos. Find out which one has had more than 1 million views or likes. There you go. Here we go with the video number 1. Take it away.
Sei sim, conta querida. Ah, que terra mais lindo, mano. Que terra mais lindo.
That's cool.
I think it's a Nerf.
Yeah, I think it's fake.
I did that in high school and blew out my soul.
Is that what happened?
Tore a rotator cuff?
He pulled a groin and it wasn't his. That's the problem. I think this one's probably going to have a high count because kids. Everybody loves kids.
Loves kids.
All
Okay. We've
on.
got video number 2. Take a look. So the video finishes with him drumming back to where he started. What do you guys think?
I think it's, we all know that part of the song.
Yeah.
The gorilla playing is the best Phil Collins thing. I don't know if you've ever seen that one before.
I think it's middle of the road.
I think,
Yeah.
I agree with
A little
you.
tired.
We've done
I like that one. All right, we'll move on now to video number 3.
You all voted to know your grades before the semester's over. I'm just making it more fun. Please stand up if your last name is Mortensen, McKellen, Wood, Aston, Lee, and Bloom. You shall not pass! Everybody else, you got a C- or higher. Have a great summer.
You shall not pass.
I love it, but that's just me.
That is
though,
me.
man.
That is me.
You know, wow. Okay.
All right, which one do you guys think?
I think the little kid picking up the thing.
I'm with you. Maddie?
I'm with the professor because, I mean, come on.
You're with the professor.
That is true. People do that. All right.
Here is the big reveal. Let's find out who is so viral. There we go.
There we go.
It is the baby. And the baby, look at the baby.
I love this.
Brought to you by Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. He'll get a free trip to Disney, right?
Yeah, you know what? Disney's going to invite him.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
He's pretty good, pretty decent form, though.
Yeah,
no matter what.
right.
When I did it, my shoulder just went that way.
All right, by all means, we want you to check out these videos. We'll put links on our social media sites as well.
Okay.
Well, it looks like moving now on to some other great stuff that's happening around the country. It looks like heavy construction vehicles that build one of our country's infrastructures rolled onto the National Mall during the celebration of construction event. We got Megan Tunnell, president of the Association of Equipment Manufacturers.
Really excited to be here in Washington, D.C. this week as we are celebrating construction on the National Mall. It's a great opportunity to mix what's happening in an industry with the general public and help to educate on the opportunities related to the construction equipment. We have GPS-led dozers. We have autonomous vehicles. Really, all of this is done to be more efficient, be more sustainable, and to be safer. The manufacturing industry does employ 2.3 million men and women. Construction alone makes up about 1 million of those jobs. That, to me, is a significant industry that we don't want to lose sight of. Go visit our website. It's aem.org, aem.org, and you can learn so much more about this industry, what we were doing on the mall, the policies that we support, and the opportunities available.
Memorial Day is fast approaching, and that means the official kickoff for grilling season. Joining us now with some tips for cooking with cast iron is Chef Chris Stubblefield. Hi, Chris.
Cast iron's ability to retain heat as well as it does sets it apart from anything else. You're going to get an epic sear on your burgers, your steaks, your grilled vegetables, and it's just amazing. Also, if you're cooking for a crowd, cast iron is the way to go. Right now, I have our Lodge Cast Iron Pro Grid reversible griddle. It fits beautifully over 2 burners inside my house on my stovetop, but it also is right at home on my grill. I've got a gas grill here today, but it fits on my kettle grill. It also goes over the campfire if I want it to. Fits over beautifully. It's just iron and oil. So I said it's a very versatile piece. So we've got the griddle side over here. Then we have the grill side. On the grill side, if you're trying to get great grill lines on your grilled vegetables or your delicate fish like salmon, you can just basically, you can write your name in grill lines on this side of a piece of cookware. It's just iron and oil, made in America since 1896. All the information about cast iron you ever wanted, lodgecastiron.com.
Let's discuss the importance of a smarter, safer infrastructure in America. Joining us now is Luann Halsner and Kevin Very with John Deere. Welcome.
We're here today in Washington, D.C. on the National Mall to talk about the construction industry, the people, the projects, the equipment, the technology, and the importance and impact that construction has on our daily lives.
We're all impacted by infrastructure, every one of us, from the roads that we drive on to the clean drinking water that comes right into our homes, to the telecommunications networks that keep us all connected. Each one of us is impacted, and it's really important for us as we're here today talking to policymakers and the public about the importance of continuously investing in that infrastructure.
Yeah, so there's a couple things we'd point to. First, we brought a motor grader with us here to Washington, D.C., and one of the jobs of the motor grader is actually to shape the ground to get to the right elevation. And this motor grader comes with a GPS automation solution that actually controls the cutting edge of the machine within a golf ball size accuracy. So not only is it a 44,000-pound machine, but it comes with precision control. which helps our operators do their job better and helps them do their jobs faster.
And we're also building a lot of connectivity into not only our products to be able to help customers anywhere, anytime, to know what's happening on those job sites, be able to connect in the people and the equipment, but also connect with dealerships that can help support them.
One of the things that I love about the construction industry is that there's an opportunity for everybody. Whether you're interested in operating a machine, or fixing a machine, working in the trades, designing roads and bridges, or even working with cutting-edge artificial intelligence and robotics to bring the next level of autonomy to construction, there's a place for you. There can be long days, there's some hard work, but the rewards are extraordinary, and it has career paths that can go in multiple directions.
And if you're interested in any of those careers, if you go to visit johndeere.com/careers, you can find out about careers not only working with manufacturers, but also with our John Deere dealers across the United States. For more information about our construction solutions, you can go to johndeere.com.
Streaming for the weekend. Hey everybody, before we head into the weekend, we always like to give you our picks for streaming for the weekend. Andrea, what's your pick?
Okay, it's my favorite true crime stuff. My pick for this weekend is the new Netflix documentary, A Deadly American Marriage.
911, what is the emergency? My daughter's husband got in a fight with my daughter.
He choked me.
I hit him. Is he breathing? I can't tell.
All right, when you watch this, you will definitely come away with an opinion. I won't sway you either way,
Absolutely.
but it is chilling to say the least.
Just watch the interrogation of the dad.
The
in
dad.
this thing. I think that says everything.
Yes.
And then you wonder, and there's a big mess. And the sad part is two kids
Two
involved.
kids are
in this.
involved, yes.
It's sad.
We just keep seeing more and more of these things. So anyway, remember Man versus Food?
Yeah.
Well, I found the newest YouTube version of it, and it's Beard Meets Food.
Oh.
So I'm at a place called Siki's Garage today, or Garage, they probably call it here, and I'm doing the Victory Lap Challenge. It's a giant burger, you get 1 hour to finish. If you can finish it, the meal's free. You get a t-shirt and a spot on the Wall of Fame. Yeah? All right. Yeah.
So it's a whole series of this, and guys, the guy has 5.5 million subscribers on YouTube from just watching him eat.
And,
So
and he ate all of it?
he ate all of it. And he's he finishes all of them. I went down a whole YouTube hole of it and watched like 40 of these.
With the beard and everything.
Yes, with the beard, and it gets messy sometimes.
He has to, with that much food in.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you an offer you can't refuse.
Okay.
It's The Offer, and it's streaming on Paramount+.
The Godfather is bringing us too many problems. You want me to take care of it?
Gangster movies are dead. This is not just some gangster film.
We need someone who understands Italians. For instance, Ford Coppola. He's got a great vision.
The Offer pulls back the curtain on the making of The Godfather, revealing real-life chaos, mob threats, and Hollywood battles that nearly killed the film before it even became a classic. It's all told. It's not based on a book. It's based on the experiences of Albert Ruddy.
Even the lure of getting this film made was a pain because there were so many things they had to pull out of people. Like, I'm excited to see this. I didn't know.
When there's
It's
a mob
really good.
involved, pulling things out is a good way.
And the dinner scene is very telling. It's very good.
Watch this. It came out a few years ago.
Yeah.
I just caught it and streamed it all this week. It's really good. That does it for our show. Y'all take care. Bye-bye. See you when we look at it.